everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and you're having a lovely Easter holiday weekend, with the exception of yesterday afternoon's kerfuffle, shall we say, to put it very politely. This is the preview of West Ham's 16th home game of the 23-24 Premier League season, where we welcome with gritted teeth North London scumbag Spurs to the London Stadium for our 6th London derby, the second under the lights, this Tuesday evening for a 8:15 kickoff, live on TNT Sports once again. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. But as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also retro Spurs gear in there as well, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out if there's any Spurs fans watching. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting over 60 food banks as of the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. But if you can't make any purchases through that link, that's perfectly fine, but you still want to make a donation, there's the Just Giving link in the description below. So even if you're going to be donating £1, £5 or a tenner, it's more than welcome. Believe me, guys, every penny counts. So as always, guys, there's going to be timestamps in the description below, so stick with us for as long as you can. But if you haven't got the 10-12 minutes it's going to take to watch this video, then by all means, please do jump around. And of course, put your comments in the comment section at any point. Let me know what you're thinking, and please do like, share and subscribe. Now, as always, guys, let's start off by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is John Brooks. On his assistants are Simon Bennett, but I keep saying Sam Bennett for this guy for some reason. Simon Bennett and Dan Rabathan. The fourth official is Tim Robinson. On VAR, we have Andy Madley, and his assistant is Konstantin Hatzidakis. I'm not very happy with the VAR lineup, but when are we ever, eh? Now, our last 6 home games in the Premier League against Spurs shows we've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 3. So it's a relatively even kill from that point of view. Even we've scored 8 goals and conceded 9. Moyes' Premier League home record against the Spurs in the Premier League shows that he's won 6, drawn 6 and lost 4. So you'd think, in the grander scheme of things, with those stats, we should be picking up points here. I'm not confident in any shape or form, and we'll go into that in a few minutes. But Spurs are 5th in the table after 29 games as of the time of this recording, winning 17, drawing 5 and losing 7, scoring 61 goals and conceding 43 on a plus 18 goal difference, 12 points ahead of us on 56 points. Now, I did say a few games ago that we had more than enough points available to catch up Spurs in 5th. We don't anymore. I can't see it. You know, where are we? We've got 8 games left after this, including this, I should say. Yeah. No, can't see it. And then, where are we? It's the 32nd game now. So yeah, anyway, we're just not going to do it. We're not going to get 5th. Are we going to get 6th? Are we going to get 7th? Depending on how the Champions League coefficient works towards the end of the season, are we going to get 8th for a European spot? Let me know in your section below. Comment section below. Spurs fans, more than happy to hear your thoughts on it as well, for that matter, because the majority of you guys are actually decent people. Some of you aren't, but then again, that's the same with all football fans. Now, Spurs' away record after 14 games so far this season, they've won 6, drawn 5 and lost 3, scoring 30 goals and conceding 23, so on a plus 7 goal difference. Their last 5 away games in the Premier League show they've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 2. So again, that should be a very, very good counter for us to think, well, they've only picked up 5 points out of 7 games away from home. But I'm not confident. I'm really not. On the road, it's no surprise that Son is their highest goal scorer with 8 goals and 4 assists, and likewise their highest assister, former Leicester player Maddison, is on 3 assists and 6 goals as well, for that matter. Romero is their highest aerial duel winner away from home with an average of 2.6 aerial duels won per game. So obviously there's more than just those guys that we need to keep an eye out for that matter. So I'm not going to go into it because you guys know it. Now, looking at Spurs injuries, Sessegnon seems to be out until the end of the season from recovering from hamstring surgery on his right leg. Forster is out until the end of the month with a fractured foot. End of April, I should say, is a fractured foot. And Solomon is out for another couple of weeks after recovering from knee surgery that he had at the beginning of February. But as it stands at the time of this recording, guys, it appears that all players are still being assessed. Now, let's turn to West Ham. 5 minutes in. Oh, halfway through. Perfect. I'm not confident in any shape or form. Again, we have the smallest squad in the league, the oldest squad in the league. This is the first of 7 games we're going to be playing this month. 5 in the Premier League. The first of 3 London derbies in April as well, for that matter. I'm not confident at all. Our defence is bollocks. It really, really is. Especially without Alvarez, which we'll speak about in a minute. Now, and also for that matter, Kazuma gets tired too quickly, as it is with Antonio. He gets tired very quickly as well, for that matter. But just go off the game talk a bit in a minute, because I tried to do this at the start of the watch along yesterday, but there was 0 interaction. So I want you to get your thoughts on this, guys. The season ticket increases for the 2nd season in a row. My banding has gone up to $7.90. Now, in the grander scheme of things, that's not a lot. But when you think about it, food prices are going up. As Gonzo said in his video recently, his car insurance has gone up, and I'm sure you guys, the insurances have gone up for car and bike as well, for that matter. Water rates are going to be going up by 40% as well soon. Gas and electric is supposed to be coming down in April. We'll wait and see. We'll bait your breath on that one. Food prices are getting more expensive as well, for that matter. Everything is going to explode. Genuinely. Now, I understand the reasons, because I haven't looked at it, but I'm sure the club have stated that its financial sustainability rules are meaning that they need to increase the price. It's bollocks. It's just an excuse. It's not a reason in any shape or form. We all know full well that the TV money that comes in alongside merchandise and matchday programs as well, for that matter, everything outweighs ticket prices. It really does. We don't really do anything at all. We generally don't do anything to financially impact the club when we pay our season tickets. The fact this has gone up twice in as many seasons really irritates the hell out of me. It really fucking does. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's thinking that. Now, so let's go back to the video now. This is our 3rd encounter with Spurs since the end of last season. As we remember, we beat them in that Aussie friendly competition 3-2. And we also beat them 2-1 away in early December as well, for that matter. Now, this is what worries me. We said it about Arsenal home game as well, for that matter, when we beat them in the league and we beat them away. Right, in the League Cup, and we beat them away at the Emirates. Is it going to be 3rd time lucky? This time, I genuinely hope that it will, because we're owed a decent result, us supporters. There are certain players out that are playing for West Ham that are absolutely playing out of their skins. And again, we saw that for the Newcastle game. With the exception of Gordon playing out of his skin, I still think Soufal had a great game. I thought Mavropanos had a great game. I thought Emerson had a great game. I thought Souček had a great game. I thought James Ward-Prowse was one of his better performances. Paquetá, Bowen, Antonio while he was on the pitch. Yes, okay. I'm not going to lie, guys. Emotions got the best of me, as it did to everybody towards the end of the game yesterday. And I apologise for those. I was a bit of a shitbag too. But at the same point, you got to understand it's a two-way conversation at the same time. Text doesn't give over the way that you're actually saying things. But nonetheless, for those that I annoyed yesterday and I apparently was having a go at counteracting the argument. But yeah, apologies for that. But the bigger picture, the 2nd game in a row, VAR is ruining the game. It genuinely is. That was never a penalty against Gordon on Phillips. No way. Gordon clearly puts his foot in front of the ball to make sure that he draws the foul from Phillips. It should be free kick to West Ham as a result of it. But the referee bottled it again. We had Jared Gillett with the decisions against Villa. Decisions taking way too long, but our season isn't over. I know a lot of people it was gut reactions, as it was when I was doing the watch along yesterday. Some people are saying that Moyes' ineffectiveness is costing us our season. It isn't, because we're still in Europa League. Albeit we've got a very, very difficult draw to come in that game as well, for that matter, over the 2 legs, of course. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. We've got the smallest squad in the league. We've got the oldest squad in the league. What the hell do you think's going to happen? Moyes' substitutions were right. It's not Moyes' fault that didn't work out. Yeah, we needed to buy some. We were talking about it in the watch along. We were saying that Moyes the midfield needs help. So he brings on Phillips and takes off Antonio. But who else are you going to take off? Are you going to take off Souček? He's definitely not going to do that. You can take off James Ward-Prowse, who's having a good game. You can take off Kudus, who's having a good game. You can take off Paquetá, who's having a good game. You can take off Bowen, who's having a good game. No, you don't. So there you go. But at the same point, David Moyes' words after the game, saying that we weren't resilient enough. Well, he left his substitutions too late. He wasn't proactive enough. Didn't bring on Danny Ings early enough. But again, two-way street. But, and this is what I'm saying about a two-way street. If our supporters hadn't been reacting to Kalvin Phillips the way that they did, he wouldn't have reacted in the way that he did. It's as simple as that. We're supposed to be supporters. We are really supposed to be supporters. There's no excuse for our fans to shout at him, "You're rubbish, get out of our club." But also at the same point, there's no excuse for him to do that as well, for that matter. Consequence equals reaction. Yeah? Simple as that. But let's look at West Ham injuries now. Areola seems to have gone down with an abductor injury, which is a really fucking vague diagnosis. It's a lot of things. It's a muscular injury due to previous hip or groin strains, which he's had in the past. Possibly back problems that he's had in the past as well, for that matter. Not to the extent that Winston Reid has had, of course. A goalkeeper's going to be falling over a lot more than any outfield player, of course. But it is a worry, and as a result, I think it was a precaution that Fabianski was brought on instead at half-time between the posts. It looks like there's no return date estimated as yet, but it's only 24 hours or so after the game at the time of this recording. So, guys, yeah, there's a very good chance we're not seeing Areola on Tuesday. I wouldn't risk him so quickly afterwards anyway. I mean, even if it is just a groin strain, he needs a week to recover. So we need him for Wolves. I mean, I know everybody says it. It's a big cliche, but it is genuinely true at this point. This is a free hit, this game. Spurs are an unbelievably good squad. Have faster players, better players, more technical players than we've got. We're not far behind them. We're really not. But it is what it is. Now, Gued is 75 chance of returning to this fixture. I don't want him in any shape or form. It's a big mistake if he does. Alvarez is still suspended, but he will be back for the Wolves game, and Christ almighty, did we need him. I can't see anything but a loss for this game, guys. I really, really can't. Now, I've been struggling with a starting 11. I really have. Because I still think Moyes isn't choosing the right starting 11. I really think he isn't. But this is the starting 11 that I hope to see out there. It's never going to happen in a million years, but if I was in charge of West Ham United, I'm not saying I'm in charge of David Moyes for the first time for a long time. If I was in charge of West Ham United, this is the starting 11 that I would put out against Spurs on Tuesday night. Fabianski in goal, with a back four of Soufal, Mavropanos, Casey and Emerson. Earthy in the hole, with James Ward-Prowse in front of him, supporting Antonio, Paquetá and Kudus, with Bowen up front. Thank you very much for staying with us for this length of time, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. There's a new animation coming for the credits, so please keep an eye out for that. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like it. As I say, as always, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking on this. But I hope that you found this video very informative, and if so, please do hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying it and want to see more content. On Tuesday night / Wednesday morning, there will be the full-time thoughts video for this, and we'll also have the Wolves preview coming up probably Friday now, because I don't think I'll have time to get it done on Thursday. Well, we'll have to wait and see. If it is on Thursday, it's going to come up very, very late on Thursday. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Have a great Easter weekend, and I will see you Tuesday night / Wednesday morning. All the best now. Take care.